know these nations don't like me. Everything they do is out of spite, yeah. Cause they know that Bible talking about me. But we're strong through the power of his might, yeah. Yeah, I know these nations don't like me. Everything they do is out of spite, yeah. Cause they know that Bible talking about me. But we're strong through the power of his might, yeah. The Most High, I know he got me. Read the OT, you wanna know about me. They do, but don't doubt me. The good news, you can't stop it. Now that we waking up, studying the Bible, we cooking up. Everything looking up, 20 deep, we be pulling up. Teaching our people the truth. That's who we are. Showing scriptures for proof that what we do. They used to call us.
Check. Shalom. Most High Christ bless. Welcome to Four Corners News. That's right, we back, baby. That's right.
Corona couldn't keep us away.
That's right.
Quarantine life.
I'm Captain Zakar to my left.
Captain Severus.
And to my right,
Officer has an eye.
single brother, and we make up Four Corners News. Gotta throw it out there for the ladies out there, man. Somebody's gonna take the bait one day. You just gotta jangle it. Hey! We're gonna get you one. We're gonna get you one. We're gonna get you a right one too. All praise to the Most High. Hey man, welcome to Four Corners News. I know we took off last week. The Spirit of the Lord had not descended upon us on how to keep this, keep the people from running in on us.
Right.
The Lord gave us the wisdom the following week. All praise to the Most High. So we back, Four Corners News. Make
All
sure
praises,
you share this
man.
thing with your mom and them so they can learn something tonight, because we about to go in. You know how it is. So now all of a sudden, the big talk is Corona. All of a sudden now, black people, we've got it's black people die. It's
Yeah,
only black
yeah.
people die, basically.
Yeah. Because remember earlier when this whole thing started, it first started, everybody was like, hey, it won't affect blacks. We not affected. People with melanated skin is not going to get hurt. guess who was listening? Big Brother was listening.
Big Brother.
Mr. Rogers
You talking about Christ? He was listening. Oh, you talking about Esau?
Esau.
Oh, yeah. He was
listening.
He was like, oh, you think you got something there, huh?
Let's turn it up.
Turn it up, out.
Let's turn it up.
Let's reveal the statistics.
Hey, what was that? When it come down to diseases and stuff, we got to understand as a people, whenever it hit, you best believe that we gonna get caught up in that.
Yeah.
And it's always gonna be worse for us. When has it not always been worse for us as a people in this country?
Bring it out.
Whenever unemployment is high, guess who got the highest unemployment rate?
Black people.
Black people, Hispanic people. The plague done, the Lord hitting the plague, guess who in some cities, not all, but some cities is getting hit more than others? Black people. That ain't no coincidence. If you know you're an Israelite, that ain't no coincidence.
You shouldn't be moved by it.
You shouldn't be moved. That ain't nothing new to us. We understand. We just wait on the Lord to reveal it, and then we explain it to you after scriptures.
That's right.
Let's pull up that first article up there. Let's pull up the first article so we can see what the news is talking about. Bring that up for us. Read that for us, officer.
Black Americans are contracting and dying from COVID-19 at an alarming rate, report shows.
So this is new. This just came out, And one thing I want people to be aware of, understand Esau has his greatest force on earth that he can sway people's minds, which is his media. I want you to understand that because, at first it wasn't no stats being taken, if black people wasn't catching it for real, and the overwhelming rate of whites catching it here in America, and then overnight, like some people have already realized, overnight, all throughout America, black people are 99% of the daggone corona cases. And the reason why people think that is because Esau's media. Now we know different than that. We know how Esau, and once we get into the articles, you'll see how we focus in on a few. They focus in on a few stats. You'll see that it's not widespread like they claiming, but the Lord is jacking us up, and that's why we're gonna speak on that thing, right? Hey, let's pull that back up. Let's read that. Zoom in some for the officer. Scroll down on that. Yeah, zoom in on it some.
Early data out of Milwaukee shows that African Americans have contracted and died of coronavirus at a much higher rate than white Americans.
Now I want you to know it's a lot of black people in Milwaukee. Okay, I want you to understand it's a lot of black people in Milwaukee, right there by Chicago. So if you don't live in Chicago, you live in Milwaukee. Right, it's right across it. It ain't that far. All right, just to let you know, there's a lot of black people there. Go back to it.
In Milwaukee, the coronavirus intentionally entered through a white influenced suburb, but soon spread to the inner city.
So it started out in a white suburb, but went straight to the hood. How did Corona knew to take a right turn, go down 3 blocks, cross the railroad tracks, and just stay right here? Come on now. We ain't silly like that, man. Hey, the hell is this? Who was this? It went from a white suburb. You know what? You know what I'm thinking? I read that. So either somebody had the Rona out there in the suburbs on that stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Bring it out. And went over the railroad tracks and gave it to Jerome. And Jerome, they got the whole hood messed up.
So there was even an incident where a police officer, I think they recorded him coughing, walking through our neighborhoods, and he was coughing.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they caught his ass too.
And that's how they get us too. They know that we not going to know clinics or anything like
Bring
that.
Bring it out.
So they passing around the disease. They know we ain't got enough money to go to the clinics, and they like that's it.
That's it.
That's why when you look at our communities, if you go to a Walmart, you could just walk in there.
They got Walmart. You know what Walmart did? You know, so Walmart know black people don't go to the hospital. Some Walmarts got walk-in clinics. I don't know if y'all know that.
They got nail salons at Walmart. They got
nail salons. I've walked in some Walmarts.
Oh yeah, they do got the pharmacy.
Nail salon in there.
Walmart got what's names now? Damn car dealerships.
Nah, that's a different level.
Yeah,
come on now.
They got a car dealership. You walk in Walmart, a damn car. I'm like, damn.
Hey, Walmart
you got a 2020 Hyundai Sonata to the right. As soon as you walk in, I'm like, how'd y'all get that through the doors? It's whatever, man. They make it convenient for black folk.
A one-stop shop for everything.
Yeah, one-stop shop. Yeah, it's a trap. It's the trap. Walmart trap.
I remember a comedian brought that out, right? Where as soon as you go to Walmart, you get lost. It's like a maze.
Yeah,
that's
man.
true.
Hey, I could only imagine it. You know, you could tell with our people, they got the Hyundai Sonata, they posing like this.
Yeah, in front of the car.
Chilling.
Blur out the background.
Blur out the background.
Go back to the article, man. Let's read that.
Black Americans were originally told misinformation like the bogus idea that black people were immune to the virus.
Now I'm gonna tell you this. I'm going back in my memory file cabinet right here, and because if you're on Facebook and you in these Facebook groups and you happen to be in a so-called conscious group. In those conscious groups, Pan-Africanist groups, they be on there making those memes talking about my melanin keep me, I'm melanin filled, melanin blessed, melanin kissed by the sun, melanin protect me from all of this. Those is the ones that's out there talking about melanin keep me from the Rona. That's where that stuff started at. Them and Waka Flocka.
I don't know what's up with him.
Waka Flocka's so-called conscious too.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that thought started in the damn so-called conscious community. Talk about my melanated skin protect me from the Rona. Right. And now you see that though. Cause seeing eliminates all of that.
Yeah.
It don't matter to God.
Bring it out
right now. Hey, go back to the article, man. Go back to the article. Read that.
Also, due to history of painful government restrictions, including segregation and mass incarceration, where black people were told where they could go and what they should do, adherence to social distancing was not high within the black community.
Yeah.
We're like, we have to wake people up. Milwaukee Health Commissioner Janet Kowalk told Public.
Now, if you understand, now I'm gonna tell you, be real. This is where the truth speaks. Real talk, black folk, you rebellious as hell. you wonder why they got damn curfews and black people in Louisville on ankle monitors on house arrest? Because black people rebellious as hell. You tell them stay inside, they want to go outside, they gonna go outside.
Bring it out.
It's a video circulating in Oakland. In Oakland, they got a block party for a little girl's birthday party.
I seen that, man.
You saw that? And
That
the
thing's
police
crazy.
had to come out. If you can find that, I didn't even have that.
Hey, find that clip, man. Oh,
Black
man, that was
people in
crazy.
Oakland, man, I'm telling you, didn't want to listen to the order that was put out. They had to bring out the cops to run them off the block.
One sister was holding a baby. No, like she was standing for something, fighting for civil rights. That's what it was. I couldn't believe it, man.
Black people, man, we
Oh, man.
rebellious from the
Crazy.
jump. Not understand. Hey, I got a script for you because, hey, matter of fact, go to Job. I'm gonna show you something when it comes to God. Cause I'm telling you right now, black people, we everybody calling on God right now, and you don't understand who you're dealing with. I think it's Job 18. Let's see what Job called God. Oh, I done passed it up. Here we go. Job chapter 18. And let's see where it's at. Hold on. Job 18, and let's read verse 11, and then we're going to jump down to verse 14.
Job chapter 18 and verse 11.
Bring it out.
Terrors shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet.
Jump down to verse 14.
Verse 14. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors.
What did Job call God?
King of terrors.
The king of terrors. That's who God, that's another name for God. He's the king of terror. When it comes to jacking you up, can't nobody jack you up like, that's why Christ, when he was talking to the disciples, he said, I tell you whom you shall fear. Fear him which can kill the body and the soul. Yea, I say unto you, fear him. Christ is warning you about the king of terror. He know how his daddy get down. He done seen him from the jump. Christ saw his daddy drown everybody
Bring it out.
in the beginning and was perfectly fine when starting over with 8 people. Christ said, y'all better fear that man right there.
He didn't blink twice.
Didn't blink twice.
Shoot, Israel acting wicked in the wilderness. What he told Moses: step aside, I'll kill everybody and start over with you.
Yeah.
It ain't the Most High ain't about numbers.
Right.
He's not. The only reason why we still here active on the planet is because of his mercy.
Yeah, that's right.
Israel need to get it together, man.
That's right.
And this is why what you call it, God is called the King of Terrors. Go to Isaiah chapter 22 and verse 14, because he gotta be a king of terrors. He gotta terrorize you so you could do something. Watch this. Isaiah
verse?
22 and verse 14.
Read out.
Isaiah chapter 22 and verse 14.
Bring it out.
And it was revealed in mine ears
Good precept.
by the Lord of hosts, surely this iniquity shall not be purged from you till ye die.
So God is terrorizing you. He's causing terror before your face, so that way you could be like, okay, boom, damn, I'm about to die. Let me reflect. Let me reflect upon my life.
It's too late. Hell, you about to die. It's too late now. You should have did the repenting before that.
Right.
That's a cold precept right there.
That's a cold precept.
Because God understands that the only way that his people is gonna listen, because we just do dumb stuff. The only way our people is gonna listen if they see death in front of them or they about to, die. That's why a lot of the times when people do a lot of repenting is when they on their deathbed.
Yeah, on the deathbed.
Oh, I love God now. Look at Diddy.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
Diddy said-
I didn't watch it.
Hey, that's crazy. I didn't see the whole thing.
Facebook,
I didn't get to
YouTube.
see
Did
it.
y'all see that, man?
No.
Diddy. I think Diddy got a grayed out
That's
beard.
the
He got a
first time
grayed
I
out
ever seen Diddy like that.
Hey, man.
I've never seen Diddy with a gray beard like that. Never.
Hey, man, I
Not
seen
one.
Deion Sanders. Everybody
Yeah,
on
Deion
lockdown. You
Sanders,
see
too.
how old these
Yeah,
brothers
but I didn't
really
know he
are.
was that old. I didn't know he was that old.
Man.
Grayed out beard. He ain't got
you
nobody cut his beard. He cut this trim it from the start from the corner and cut it off.
Right.
He gotta let it grow. That thing grayed out.
Right.
That's crazy, bro.
That's that Rona. Rona do that to you.
Rona,
man.
get out. The Lord will force you to keep the commandments.
You start reflecting.
You can't can't go to that bar.
Let me ponder on my bed, man.
Right.
Not even knowing what you're doing.
I didn't watch that video, but what did
I
was
ain't get to
on
watch
there
it
talking
either.
about
We gotta
God,
give
please help.
Yeah, something like that. We gotta give our life over to God and stuff like that.
Man.
But it just shows you that whenever death is on the table, everybody want to go find God. But once the whole Rona epidemic passes, they all go back to smoking weed, doing a whole bunch of dumb stuff.
Yeah. Hey, check this out. Go to 2 Chronicles 21, and you got to read quick because we're gonna read down to like 15 or something. 2 Chronicles 21. Let's start at 12 on down to show you how God get down when you out of order or you're in the midst of sin, and the Lord says judgment is to be passed. It don't matter to him. He's the king of terror. Read that.
2 Chronicles chapter 21 and verse 12.
Bring it out.
And there came a writing to him from Elijah the prophet, saying, Thus saith the Lord God of David thy father, because thou hast not walked in the ways of Jehoshaphat thy father, nor in the ways of Asa king of Judah.
Now those was two righteous kings right there. Jehoshaphat and Asa was righteous kings. They feared God and kept the commandments of God. Read on.
But has walked in the way of the kings of Israel, and has made Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem to go a whoring, like to the whoredoms of the house of Ahab, and also has slain thy brethren of thy father's house, which were better than thyself.
So some of our people was out there being like Ahab. Ahab was a weak ass man. He listened to his wife. His wife ruled him basically. And you got brothers out here, they was killing each other, right? Killing those that are better than yourself. You slain them. God said, I got something for y'all. Read verse 14 there.
Verse 14. Behold, with a great plague will the Lord smite thy people.
With a great plague, the Lord will smite thy people. Read on.
And thy children.
And the children.
And thy wives.
And the wives.
And all thy goods.
He'll take your money away. The Lord ain't playing. The Lord will kill the kids. He'll kill the women. He'll kill you and put you in a financial debt. Read on.
And thou shalt have great sickness by disease of thy bowels, until thy bowels fall out by reason of the sickness, day by day.
Day by day. Look at the king of terror, man. He ain't playing with us. When you're in the midst of sin, your melanin don't matter.
Bring it out.
It don't matter to God.
Right.
Jump down to verse 18.
Verse 18. And after all this, the Lord smote him in his bowels with an incurable disease.
Just like the coronavirus is right now. Incurable disease right now with Esau's technology. They can't find nothing. But, if you can catch it early, it might be some remedies for ginger and tea and some citrus pill, all of that type stuff that we used to know, the what's it called, the herbs of the healing for the nation.
Bring it out.
Esau can't find nothing. The Lord said, "No, Esau, you ain't got that kind of wisdom to figure this out." He said, "I'm gonna strike you with an incurable disease." Read on.
And it came to pass that in process of time, after the end of 2 years, his bowels fell out by reason of his sickness. So he died of sore diseases, and his people made no burning for him, like the burning of his fathers.
That's the king of terrors, man. That was a long, drawn out 2 years worth of jacking him up, man.
Your bowels. Imagine. You have little diarrhea problems now. Woo! Imagine that's prolonged. You can hold nothing down. As soon as it go in, the faster it goes out.
Dang.
Amazing.
From either end.
Oh,
Got bits of pieces of your stomach falling out.
Yeah. With it.
Your bowels.
Yeah.
Places like that, man.
Colon.
Hey, Cap, I don't think we understand how much mercy that we got. A lot of us probably already, done had the Rona, and we felt no pain, and that spirit just passed through us.
Bring it out.
We understand that's all a spirit.
Yeah.
But some people, as soon as they get it 2 days later, they drop dead.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that say they have underlying issues.
Yeah, and we're gonna get that too, man, because that's a heavy point we got to bring out too. Let's go back to the article. Let's see if there's anything else on that. Let's read that third in Michigan.
In Michigan, where the state's population is 14% black African Americans made up 35% of cases and 40% of deaths as of Friday morning. Detroit, where a majority of residents are black, has emerged as a hotspot with a high death toll, as has New Orleans. Louisiana has not published case breakdowns by race, but 40% of states' deaths have happened in Orleans.
In Orleans,
Parish, where the majority of residents are black.
Hey, now go to that video. Go to that video of our people in Oakland. How we don't fear God. He out here plaguing the earth, and you ain't took heed to the warnings. The King of Terror. Play that video, man. Yeah, it's a lot.
A very long week, and neighbors in one Oakland neighborhood decided to end it on a positive note.
Y'all know Oakland. That's where black
ABC
people
7 News reporter Lauren Martinez shows
white
you
people
this
in
is
San
not
Francisco.
your average block party.
Oh, San Diego.
Open up your garage, sit in your driveway, bring a glass of wine, and connect with everyone, but at minimum 6 feet apart.
Nah, that ain't it. Hell no, it wasn't no white folk on that block I saw.
I could already tell by the music.
Yeah, that music right there. Nah, bro.
Yeah, nah.
That wasn't
like
it.
that.
Hey, let me know where y'all found it.
With a glass of wine as well.
Nah, bro, that would have been a glass of Henny.
Yeah.
That wasn't. No, that wasn't it. They was. Matter of fact, they dressed it all black. So you know they they Raider fans.
Yeah.
Hey, go to the next article, man. Let's go to that next one. Say what? You think you found it? All right, pull it up. Let's see.
On,
Better not be
Counting on y'all.
none of that crazy music.
Let's see what you got, Techno. You about to start that Discord in here.
Techno, come on.
The coronavirus is now responsible for canceling many events, but one California family refused to let it cancel their daughter's birthday party.
There we go.
Victoria Rye was determined to make sure her little girl got a birthday celebration this year. Even as COVID-19 fears caused people throughout her neighborhood to self-isolate, Rye took to social media, asking the community if they could do a drive-by B-Day instead. The response was phenomenal.
Nah, this ain't it either,
was
man.
all smiles as she waved at.
Nah, y'all 0 for 2, man. I'm telling you, it ain't nothing but black folk on the street. Hey, man, we moving on. Let's go on.
Tech team, you dropped the ball.
Let's go to the next article to the tech team. Woo! Okay, hey, so look at this, man. We talked about those. You said that underlying health issues, right? Read that for us, officer.
New COVID-19 death statistics released. Racial breakdown and underlying conditions of Louisiana residents who died.
So this is just in Louisiana. Read that race.
Race 70.5 black.
That's 70.5% of the people dying is black people, right? It's what they saying. Read on.
Then whites is 28.6%. Asian 0.9%.
Okay, that's what the stats say. Now let's see what the underlying conditions are that are causing black folk, once they go to the hospital, they dying. What is it?
Hypertension.
Hypertension, for those that don't know, that's AKA high blood pressure.
Bring it out.
Yeah.
High blood pressure. Rito, go Rito.
Hypertension is 66.4%. Diabetes is 43.5%. Chronic kidney disease is 25.1%. Obesity, 24.7%. Cardiac disease, 22.7%. Pulmonary is 13.9%. Congestive heart failure, 11.5%. Neurological is 10.3%.
Cancer and asthma, right? Yes. But the main one up there is high blood pressure. Now, we ain't gonna sugarcoat it on here.
No.
Hey, I don't know about y'all. I don't know about you, Captain Ferris, Officer Doc. I've been black since my daddy shot me out.
Right.
Bring it out. Before I popped out my mama, I was black when I was swimming through there.
Bring it out.
I know how black people eat.
Yeah.
I used to eat just like it.
Hey.
Confession time, huh?
All of us used to eat just like that. Now we know damn well know why that number one is high blood pressure. I can guarantee you right now. If all of y'all go to if you're Judah, I don't know about Levi. I don't know what y'all call it. I don't know what y'all call it, but I know y'all got the same thing. If you go to a Judah cabinet right now,
Bring it out.
and you open it up, I guarantee you,
I already know what you about to say.
it's a bottle of
Hot sauce.
Lowry's. Right now,
Lowry seasoning, all-purpose seasoning.
I guarantee you, it's some Lowry's in there right now.
I got some in there right now.
And got 700,000% sodium in it.
Damn.
And black folk, Judah, I don't know about everybody else.
Amazing.
We put that on everything. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I'm telling you right now why that hypertension blood pressure is so high.
Bring it out.
Black people, nobody eats. What was that you was telling me? I heard you back here earlier. You went to Boca Raton. Boca Raton, for those that don't know, Boca is where rich white folk live down here, and East Indians that got businesses in black communities, and Chinese people that own washing laundromats and stuff in the black community. They live in Boca, right? They sell in Miami. They drive to Boca, right, to get away from the Negroes.
That's how they do it.
Officer Lael, what did you go to Boca to find?
I said I couldn't find. The only thing I could find in Boca Raton is oodles and noodles. You can't.
Oodles and noodles. What else?
I could not find noodles in the hood because
You cannot find oodles and noodles in the black and Hispanic neighborhood.
Come on now, dog.
That's they healing soup. That soup right there is Judah's healing soup.
You sick? Put on some oodles and noodles, baby.
Yeah.
Hey,
some ramen noodles.
And you know how much sodium in that bag?
That's exactly right. Now check this out,
Man.
Captain Ferris.
Whoa.
The ramen noodles got 7,000% sodium in it, and guess what we flavor it with? What we flavor it with?
Lowry sauce.
Lowry sauce. We put Lowry sauce on the ramen noodles that already got 7,000% sodium in it.
Oh, hell no.
If I'm lying, I'm flying, and I'm sitting in a chair right now.
A lot of us think we master chefs. Like when you first get the ramen noodle, you get you crush up the 2 packs, and then you take
Turn the violin. It's going to confession right now.
You get the 2 packs. You get the 2 packs.
Tell us how you do it.
Crush them right in there.
And then you put it in the water, and then you add the little 2 sodium packs.
How do you shake the packs though?
You got to put them together, and then you.
He know how to do.
You gotta drop it in there. Now you just can't stop right there. You gotta look for other ingredients to hypen up your your noodle.
So you might even throw some garlic powder on it. You throw high in sodium already, and then after the garlic powder gets thrown on it, you throw in the
Some cheese on
Hey
it.
man, I do it all. I do it all. I be experimenting. I be like,
That's Levi.
That's a big boy right there.
I be
I'm asking that thing
experimenting.
too. Yeah.
I played all in again. Go ahead, Captain Ferris, let us see it on it.
Yeah. I'm asking that thing because you know, Levi, we have a seasoned mix already. So what I got him to, I got the ramen noodles. I use the 3-pack, but I take the seasoned pack out. I take it out. You see that? 'Cause we already got a pre-mix already. Levi already got a pre-mix.
Okay.
So you boil the water, you put the 2 scoops of the season in it. You let it boil up, and then you put some chopped up chicken in there, and then you throw your 3 bags in there.
Oh Lord!
Your 3 bags.
You just killed the game.
It's real. I no longer do that anymore.
All praises.
Okay.
Go back to that list.
Bomb.
Go back to that list right now. Let's read the number 1 underlying effects of black people. What's the number 1 on there? High blood pressure. Diabetes is AKA sugar.
Yeah.
That's what we call it, sugar.
And then right under that, you got.
Because you know why? You know what we do with that? We get that Kool-Aid. We don't even use measuring cups for Kool-Aid.
Bring it out. You gotta fill it out.
Oh no, we the way Kool-Aid tastes is all done by the Spirit.
Fill it out. The spirit gotta lead.
The Spirit gotta lead you when it comes to tasting Kool-Aid.
Bring it out.
You pour it in, you pour it. You know how you do it. You get the bag,
Right.
and you pop it open, and you pour it, and you see it all going in there, and as it's going there, you see it.
Hey, you know exactly
You gotta
what
fill
is. What's the cutoff point? Come on.
That's Let's get right there. Let's get right there. It's about that much in there.
Right.
Damn. You stir it up, and you don't even got it. And before you pour the cup, what do? You know you don't pour it straight in the cup because it might not be enough. What do? You take the jug.
You taste it. There you go. That's some good Kool-Aid right there.
That's good right there. And then you throw some ice in it, and then you got your daggone diabetes right there in the. Y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all know that's how we get down. That's
unbelievable.
Go and here's another one though. Here's a main one that causes hypertension. You know what it is. What does Levi call the pig in Creole?
Man.
Here we go.
That's that griot right there.
Griot. Ah, you know that's right. Go to Leviticus chapter 11.
Go bring it out.
You know daggone well. And you know what? Let's start at the last two verses. I want to read that. 46 and 47. Read that.
Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 46.
Bring it out.
This is the law of the beast and of the fowl and of every living creature that moveth in the waters and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth, to make a difference between the unclean and the clean.
Unclean. God said it's unclean animals and it's clean animals that you should eat. Bring it out. A difference. You know it's a problem with black folk here in America? We don't make a difference. We don't make a difference. If they fed it to us in slavery, we still eat it today. No doubt about it. We still eat it today. You know why we don't eat bat, rat, cat, and damn horse ass? Bring it out. Because they didn't feed it to you in slavery. If they fed your horse ass in slavery, black people be right now seasoning a horse ass.
Make that thing look good.
Yeah. Because just think about this. Black people, we eat the damn asshole of a pig.
What y'all call it? What you to call it right now?
Chitlins.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Why do you eat the asshole of a pig?
Go on now, get.
Because they fed it to you in slavery, and you learn how to season it today. I don't know what do they? Because I don't think I ever ate chitlins.
Lowry's.
With Lowry's. What do they see them chitlins with? YouTube, Facebook, you know. Some of y'all still eating it out there secretly.
I think
probably had it at your grandma's funeral.
I think they do it with hot sauce.
They put on
the
hot
real
sauce.
old school people, they just eat it. It's like it stink, but they just put hot sauce on it.
Yeah, chitlins do stink. I remember that smell.
It smells just like boo-boo.
That's what you call a wicked struggle.
Smell like piss. The whole house smelled like piss. Go my aunties and them used to eat chitlins. Go over there, the whole house. As soon as you walk in the front, the screen door. Hold to my mic. Go through the screen door. Smell like damn piss. As soon as you walk in, man.
Damn.
Hot sauce. Okay, so Marquise Turner, no, he say hot sauce.
Facts. Somebody said facts, cat.
Facts. Dude, y'all. Hot sauce and rice. You Levi.
Hot sauce and rice.
You Levi. You throwing rice on chitlins? You Levi. I know you ain't got to tell me.
Hot sauce on chitlins? That's judo.
Serene, dog. Heck no.
Come on now.
Come on now, dog.
That's some judo stuff.
I'm not going to
rice. Nah, if it is, they must be from Florida. Tell you right
Nah, they from Mississippi. they from Kentucky. They from Kentucky. Right, Cap?
Nah.
Yeah, they from Kentucky.
Never
Kentucky.
Hey, let's go to that next article of what causes that high blood pressure. We're gonna turn this into a health class right now. Go to that. Let's read that.
Causes of high blood pressure.
Let's scroll down. Let's read that.
What causes high blood pressure? Blood pressure is the measure of the force of blood pushing against blood vessel walls.
Now, black people don't even know that. We don't even know it. I guarantee we don't even know what high blood pressure really is. We just say my salt content high.
Sodium content.
Yeah. Go back to it. Let me speak.
The heart pumps blood into blood vessels, which carry the blood throughout the body. High blood pressure, also called hypertension, is dangerous because it makes the heart work harder to pump blood out to the body and contributes to hardening the arteries, or arthrosclerosis,
whatever it is.
to stroke, kidney disease, and to heart failure.
Yeah. And we know all of us black folk got some family members or know somebody that's real close to us that died from a stroke. Or had a stroke at least.
Yeah, my grandma.
My dad.
My aunties. I think all of them died from a stroke. All of them. 5, 6 of them. Wouldn't leave that chitlins alone. Go back to it. Let's read that.
What is normal blood pressure? A blood pressure reading is written like this: 120 and 80. It's read as 120/80. The top number is called systolic, and bottom number is called the dystolic. Diastolic. The ranges are normal, less than 120 over 80.
That's normal, okay.
Elevated is 120 through 129, less than 80. Stage 1 high blood pressure, 130 through 139 over 80 through 89. Stage 2 high blood pressure is 140 and above through over 90 and above. Hypertension crises are higher than 180, higher than 120. See a doctor right away.
Right away. Read on.
If your blood pressure is above the normal range.
So basically, check your blood pressure, y'all, man. Go to Walgreens.
Yeah, they got them at Walgreens,
Stick your arm.
CVS,
Yeah,
Walmart.
CVS.
yeah, Walmart. They got those locations where you can go ahead and they give you can freely just stick your hand through the cuffs and press the button.
That's it.
Yeah.
Make sure you wipe it off since it's Rona going
Oh yeah,
around.
Rona going around.
Hey, go back to it.
What causes high blood pressure? The exact causes of high blood pressure are not known, but several things may play a role, including
Now,
smoking.
see, that's BS. They know exactly what it is. Cause hell, if we know what it is, they know what it is. All you got to do is ask the black people, what do you eat? They gonna tell you, black people, we lie when we go to the doctor. We don't never tell the truth. We don't tell the truth unless the doctor already know what black folk eat. He's been eating pork and chops and swine and stuff. Yeah, you got to stop eating that. Automatically, they tell you stop eating that. They tell you stop eating that off top. Now go back to it.
Including smoking.
Black people, we smoke. Well, you know what? And I don't I don't know, but I think the worst kind of cigarettes out there that I've heard of is the Newports. I don't know if they still make those stuff or not, but
They got cheaper
Newports.
ones now.
They probably got cheaper ones.
What about Black and Miles? Black and Miles is like
That's the worst.
Yeah, 4 cigarettes in one.
Hey, really?
Yeah,
That was
that's
bad.
why like if you know
It's like 4 cigarettes.
it's
Yeah,
like it's
it's
like
horrible.
the power of 4 cigarettes in one. That's why
It's like a cigar. It's basically a cigar, a mini cigar wrapped in vanilla. What's that scent they put on?
They got different ones.
Different ones,
And you can get it for
different flavors.
a single for $0.25 at the Arab spot.
Hey, but that's why a lot of us we know about it, but we do something called freaking it. That's what they call it in Miami. They take out the cancer stick out of the
Why is it do evil?
Yeah. I saw
Why is it
them
do
do
evil?
that. You see the little rappers laying around and all of that stuff. Go back to it. So black people, we smoke in Newports. I think I heard black people smoke Newports because they got the most nicotine in it. They get you almost high. So you be on cloud 9. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And those is right in the hood. Go ahead.
Being overweight or obese.
From eating that stuff.
Lack of physical activity.
Well, once you're big, you don't want to work out.
No.
Too much salt in the diet.
Too much salt in the diet. That's food that and we like our food to taste good. We got different taste buds than Esau and them. Esau, the pinch of salt.
There you go.
That's it. There you go.
That's how they do it. We don't do that. We shake.
Yeah, Jake.
Esau don't
This
even-
is what they do.
They don't clean their chicken, y'all. They don't put no flavor in their chicken.
Nah, they
Nothing.
don't do that. We got different
None of their
taste
meats.
buds. Yeah, we just shake it
Like
over.
Clorox.
That's how we do. We shake it over until we think it's good enough. We know, and that's by the spirit. And that's messing around that's high blood pressure. On top of eating the swine. Go to Leviticus chapter 11. Let's read verse 7.
Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7.
Remember, we talked about earlier, God said it's a law to put a difference between what you should eat and what you should not eat.
Bring it out.
Read verse 7.
And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
That pig is unclean to the pork chop is unclean to you. Read.
Of their flesh.
Of their flesh, no matter what kind of pork flesh it is. What they got? Pork chops and
Ribs, baby back ribs.
baby back ribs.
Yeah,
They got bacon bits. They got ham. They got sausages. They got Italian sausages. well, no matter what kind of swine it is, no matter what they call that swine.
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
There you go. That's pepperoni.
That's what it is. You're right. Pepperoni. Read verse 8 again.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you.
God says don't eat it. Hey, can you look up pig, swine salt content? Let's look that up. Swine salt content. Let's see how much salt a pig got in it, if that's one of the highest things. Neck bones, okay, daughter's eye, neck bones.
Yeah, they got those. So even bacon, if you ever seen one of those shows, how things are made, bacon, when they're going through the factory, they inject the salt directly into the meat.
Really?
Yes. There's needles. The meat will pull up, and the needles will inject the salt straight into the bacon.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I didn't know that.
It's crazy.
From the rooter to the tutor, somebody said. Yeah. Hey, you got it? Let's see what we got. The acute or legal dose of salt in swine, horses, and cattle. No, that's what they doing. Scroll down. They injected it. Damn, they injected.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, look at that salt poisoning right there. Just leave it right there. Salt poisoning can occur in pigs, either as a consequence of water deprivation or blah, blah, blah. Let's go to it. Click on it. I hope this ain't one of those. That says .edu, so this might just be a reading straight out article. Iowa State. Okay. Let's read that. Read those first two paragraphs.
Salt poisoning can occur in pigs either as a consequence of water deprivation or from sudden ingestion of too much salt. Poisoning in water-deprived pigs can occur in pigs consuming a proper level of salt, but it is more likely if the salt level in the feed is excessive.
So they feed them salt too. Go ahead.
Signs often are precipitated or worsened by allowing the pig sudden, unlimited access to water. Water deprivation can occur for many reasons, but commonly may be the result of freezing of the water source, plugged water nipples, or inadvertently leaving a water valve closed. Operators may not always be forthright in admitting human errors related to water deprivation. Poisoning has occurred following prolonged shipping without access to water, followed by unlimited access.
So the lack of water that a pig get, the more salt it build up in its body, and they cut that thing up on the assembly line and put it right in the stores, in the corner stores for us to get, man.
And that's one of the main reasons why our people like pigs so much, because of the salt, right? Salt is a very addictive, like product. That's why when you look at lorries, they fill it with that much salt because it's addicting. Your body craves salt.
The taste in it.
Yeah,
salt is good. It tastes good.
Yeah, your body
brings flavor.
It brings flavor, but your body craves it, and they know that, and they put that as a tactic for us to destroy ourselves.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Let's go back to it. Yeah, that's what it is. It's called dopamine. Go back to that article. Too much salt in the diet from eating that swine, no matter what you call it. Go ahead.
Too much alcohol consumption, more than 1 to 2 drinks per day.
Alcoholics. Damn. Alcoholism. Go ahead.
Stress.
Stress causes high blood pressure. I'm going to tell you right now.
It sure do.
Nobody got more stress than the Israelites.
That's right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we got stress. Go to Deuteronomy 28.
Hey, that's no lie. My doctor asked me the same thing. Mr. Israel, your pressure went up a little bit. Are you stressed out at work?
Dang.
That's the first thing. First thing before getting into the eating habits. Of course, you know that's the second question. But are you stressed at work? Damn right, I'm stressed.
You're right.
I'm stressed. Waking up to a 9 to 5 every day. Damn it. Come on. Even with this whole Corona thing going on, they don't give a damn. They still want to see your black ass.
Hey man, we can go over that too real quick. Let's speed up. Read that Deuteronomy 28 and 65. Let's see the stress that God's talking about. Here's that causes high blood pressure. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 65.
Bring it out.
And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and a failing of eyes, and sorrow of mind.
That police brutality, stop and frisk,
bring it out,
low-paying jobs, you name it. All of that accounts to stress. Living in an environment where everybody is kill or be killed, get rich or die trying. That amounts to the stress for us, and it's now that stress is carrying over into that COVID-19, killing us at high rates. Read on in 66 and 67.
And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and thou shalt have none assurance of thy life. In the morning thou shalt say, would God it were even. And at even thou shalt say, would God it were morning. For the fear of thine heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see.
When you ain't got no peace of mind to lay your head at night, that causes stress build up over a long period of time. And you know where that stress gets is highest at?
Bring it out.
Projects. I don't know about y'all. I don't know about you, Kat. You're millennial. I know you ain't. I grew up in the projects. It's stress in the projects, man.
Come on now.
You gotta, you know, when you walk down the street, you better mind your own business.
You got to be on high alert.
High alert at all times. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. They sitting on the porch. Your ass better keep looking straight and just keep on walking.
Kat, you had it good. It's certain parts of neighborhoods that people just don't go into.
Yeah,
if you
right
drive in the neighborhood,
Yeah.
automatically on site, they just shooting you. That's it.
Right.
There's certain neighborhoods cops don't even patrol.
Yeah. You call the police, and it be 30, 40 minutes before they show up.
right.
Hell, if it's a robbery, they don't even show up sometimes.
Amazing.
Domestic abuse, they don't even show up. They don't show up to let somebody get killed. You live in a place like that, you got high stress levels, man.
Some people don't even deliver in certain areas. They're like, nah, I don't even want to deliver over there.
Yeah, you get a lot of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
You better go and pick it up.
Yeah, if you live in an area where Pizza Hut don't deliver,
yeah, you out of luck.
no matter how nice your car is, the neighborhood you live in ain't that good.
No. Down in Little Haiti, where I grew up at, Pizza Hut do not. No pizza joints deliver there.
Damn.
I mean, now they do because, you know, now it's getting gentrified.
Yeah.
Esau taking over. Once you see a CrossFit on the corner,
They on their way.
game over.
Back in the 90s,
Oh, yeah.
they weren't coming out.
Nah, it was not coming.
Once you see a bike lane, like, you know, the little back lanes, they start forming.
Bring it out.
You see a little Edomite riding his bike in the middle of the hood, feeling untouched. Yeah, you know.
That brings high blood pressure, man. Let's go back to it real quick. Let's go back to it so we can get through that. Stress, older age, genetics. That stuff is coming from generations of what? Having stress. Generations of what? Having bad eating habits. Go back to it. Scroll down. Family history of blood pressure, chronic disease, adrenal and thyroid disorders, sleep apnea, snoring. Okay. All right, let's
It
read
didn't
that.
say snore. It says sleep apnea.
That's snoring, man.
No, it's not.
Guilty conscious.
Trying to throw it over there. No, it's not, y'all. Sleep apnea ain't snoring. It leads up to it.
Hey,
But
do people read that last paragraph real quick, man?
Essential hypertension. In as many as 95% of high blood pressure cases in the U.S., the underlying cases can't be found. This type of high blood pressure is called essential hypertension. Though essential hypertension remains somewhat mysterious, it has been linked to certain risk factors. High blood pressure tends to run in families and is more likely to affect men than women. Age and race also play a role. In the United States, blacks are twice as likely as whites to have high blood pressure, although the gap begins to narrow around age 44. After age 65, black women have the highest incidence of high blood pressure.
We under the curses, y'all.
that's us.
We under the curses, no doubt about it, man. Hey, go to the next one. Go to that next article. I think it's talking about like with black people in general. Go to that.
Cap, I was just thinking about like even with stress, right? That goes into like we already have stress because we lack jobs. A lot of our people are living from paycheck to paycheck. due to this corona epidemic, 6 million people has already lost their job.
Yeah.
And they just updated the status saying now it's like 12 million or whatever maybe. Guess who's they attacking directly? They literally attacking our neighborhoods because a lot of us, we not making it past one paycheck. That's why a lot of us, we go to the check cashing place and all that.
Yeah, you're right, man. We got some articles on that here in a second. Let's go to that one. High blood pressure in African Americans. Let's read that real quick.
High blood pressure, also known as hypertension, affects African Americans in unique ways. African Americans develop high blood pressure at younger ages than other groups in the U.S.
Younger ages. You know why? Because when our kids pop out, what we doing? We feed them the same stuff we've been eating all our life. So they have high blood pressure. They in high school with high blood pressure. Middle school, especially if they overweight and don't do no kind of physical activity. They just go to gym and sit down. You know they got high blood pressure and they on their way to having higher blood pressure. Go back to it.
African Americans are more likely to develop complications associated with high blood pressure. These problems include stroke, kidney disease, blindness, dementia, and heart disease.
Go down. Let's see. Let me see. Why is high blood pressure? Read genetic factors.
Genetic factors. High rates of high blood pressure in African Americans may be due to genetic makeup of people of African descent. Researchers have uncovered some facts. In the U.S., blacks respond differently to high blood pressure drugs than do other groups of people. Blacks in the U.S. also seem to be more sensitive to salt, which increases the risk of developing high blood pressure.
Look how God set it up. God said, you go keep these laws. Now, see, this is the thing. We just put it one and one together. God put us under the curse, made us more sensitive to salt, and then said, thou shalt not eat the swine. Why? Because if you eat it, I'm going to make sure it kill you. The Lord is a mastermind.
Yeah, he's a mastermind. And it's great because he warns you, and then later on you have your oppressors to actually, listen, how about you? I'm going to put it in the form of a hot dog. And you know what? I'm going to set up fast food restaurants in your community. Listen, I seen Popeye's chicken, then right down the block, a KFC, right? Then after that, a couple of blocks, a Church's Chicken.
Damn.
Come on, all in the same perimeter, y'all.
That's crazy.
That's crafty as hell.
Hey, you don't find that in they neighborhoods.
No.
That's only in ours.
You go to the neighborhood, you'll see a Whole Foods.
Yep. Whole Foods.
Publix.
Yep.
Chick-fil-A.
In our neighborhood, you got
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
You got a Winn-Dixie.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep. Hey, go back to it.
Environmental factors.
Uh-oh, here we go. Environmental. The hood. Go ahead.
Some scientists believe that high blood pressure in African Americans is due to factors unique to the experience of blacks in the U.S. Blacks worldwide have rates of high blood pressure that are similar to whites. In the U.S., however, the difference is dramatic. 41% of blacks have high blood pressure.
41% of us, man. That's a lot of people. Amazing. Man. Go ahead.
As compared to 27% of whites. In addition, black people in the U.S. are more likely to be overweight than blacks in other countries. Some experts think that social and economic factors,
that Church's Chicken, the damn Popeyes, all of that stuff. Go ahead.
Including discrimination and economic inequality, are responsible for this difference.
Because we don't get the healthy foods. That's what it is. Hey, now we're gonna skip the article. I want to go to the CNN, right? Because it talked about socioeconomic factors, right? Go to that CNN article. So, because we dealt with like the food, the salt content, the age, all of that stuff. Now here's the external factors that deal with high blood pressure, which is causing most of our people who get the coronavirus that go to the hospital, they don't come out. Go to it. Go to that CNN. Let's play the video real quick up there in the top right-hand corner.
In Louisiana, African Americans make up 32% of the population, but make up slightly more than 70% of coronavirus deaths. In Michigan and Illinois, African Americans make up about 15% of the overall population, yet account for about 40% of COVID-19 deaths.
This is an abomination.
Listen to
but
him, y'all.
It's not unexpected. And I want everyone to understand that New Orleans is a microcosm of every urban center in America.
Dr. Corey Hebert has worked as a physician in New Orleans for 25 years. He broke down the factors contributing to the high death rate among African Americans. There's underlying health issues like heart disease and diabetes.
Look at this.
And if you drive around New Orleans, it's easy to find poor neighborhoods where people don't have access to health care. Many of these neighborhoods are food deserts where the best grocery store might be a corner store.
Right. Yeah.
It's a recipe for disaster, says Dr. Hebert.
When you are chronically oppressed, when you are chronically trying to get the scraps and the crumbs, that actually decreases your ability to have a good immune system because you're constantly in a fight or flight syndrome, constantly with cortisol levels and epinephrine levels because you don't know where your next meal is going to come from. The odds of you saying, I'm going to get some broccoli for that next meal versus, you know, a hamburger, that hamburger costs 99 cents and the broccoli is $3.99 a bunch. You know, that's a life or death situation for you. And some people just really don't understand it.
So we're not worried about it at all?
It's fake. But as the coronavirus started to spread around the world.
Now look at that, man. That's from a doctor.
That's you know what he just broke down? I don't know how many of y'all saw the movie Saw. The whole when you watch Saw, it's about a serial murderer, right?
Yeah.
He basically, when he gets the person, he puts all the elements around them for them to get out.
Yeah.
But it's detrimental. Either you're going to have to cut a hand off, saw your foot off, kill somebody. And that's the same thing our oppressors did. You want to get up out of here? Well, okay, here's a Burger King.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you want that health? Either you go to the health Whole Food store that costs an arm and a leg.
Like he said, $4 for some broccoli.
There you go. Get some healthy foods, or you got the 99 cents burgers waiting on you.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what element we in. That environmental destruction that he's talking about. That's heavy.
They said food deserts. Now, and that's real talk right there. Like the best. A lot of us in our hoods. Everybody got it, a corner store right there on the spot. Right? And if it happens to have somewhat of a makeshift grocery in it, you will never go out the hood to get no food. You will get your milk from there. You get your cheese from there. You get your meat from there. You'll get all your cereal. You get all your food from that little corner store. You'll never go outside of your neighborhood. It'd be the worst food on the planet.
They upgraded now. Now they're like, you don't even need to go nowhere. You'll go to one of those Arab stores. They have sandwich slots.
Bodegas.
Right. Now they make you a sandwich. They'll give you a whole
deli.
Deli. They turned it into a deli where you could grab your T-shirts, your can of Spam, and we'll make you a sandwich while you wait.
Damn.
They got it now.
The hell is this?
So they upgraded. You don't got to go nowhere.
Damn.
You can't make it a Burger King. You can stay right here. One-stop shop.
Like he said, it'd be the worst food.
Corner store right here, they got the little, like you said, they got everything. They got your onions.
Yeah.
You ain't got to go nowhere.
And you know what every hood store got right up front too? We got that damn, what's that thing? Pickle.
Pickle eggs.
Pickle eggs.
Pickle eggs.
No. You're talking about hot sausage, right?
And they got boiled peanuts.
Boiled peanuts
and eggs. The eggs.
Judah.
What's it called, y'all? It's
Judah
right
love
up.
that stuff, bro. I'm telling you.
Huh? No, that's the name of it, but it's like it's
How
like,
it look? It's red?
a hot dog in a big ass jar.
Yeah, that's
a hot sausage.
That's a hot sausage.
Man.
Okay, that's what y'all
Come
call
on,
it.
they soaking in all that red sauce.
Yeah,
on,
we call it pickled something. Pickled
You
hot
got
dog.
pickled eggs and you got hot sausage.
Pickled eggs. I think it's might have been what we call it, but it's like a big ass hot dog.
But that's a delicacy.
Delicacy. A delicacy.
For Judah. Like they
And
get
that
pickled eggs.
thing is a damn. It was a damn pork hot dog.
Yeah.
For damn $1.99.
Yep.
And everybody in the hood would buy that thing.
Yeah.
man.
Oh yeah. They put it on ice cream trucks.
Damn.
Ice cream trucks. They had them pickled eggs with the hot sausage. You even had pickles as well. That was the selection right there. They even had pig feet on the ice cream truck.
Wow. Damn.
I'm telling you, man. Unbelievable.
The hell is
That's
this?
unbelievable, man.
I don't know.
Unbelievable. Let's go back to that article because one of these other external reasons of black people catching coronavirus. You see, said it's a food desert, and you see the way the houses look down there, and that ain't just New Orleans by itself. That's all over America.
Yeah.
Wherever the Jews live is the ghetto.
Right.
Bring it out.
Go back to it. Let's see that loss of jobs. Let's see what it's talking about. Let's read that loss of jobs.
Loss of jobs. The widespread shutdown of non-essential businesses has hurt black and Hispanic workers at a higher rate.
You Hispanic, y'all are brothers. You are not free from these curses either. My job, we still got to work. Guess who's there with me? Blacks and Hispanics.
Yep.
Bring it out.
Yep.
The whole front office, they ain't even there. The front office ain't even there.
They gone.
But the warehouse people, you best believe we best be there. You best believe there. They're going to make you try to clean up so you don't get the dang thing.
You're essential.
Yeah, I'm an essential worker now. Come on. Read that.
William Rogers, chief economics at the Hellbridge Center for Workforce Development at Rutgers University, estimated that the true rate of unemployment is likely 20.7% of African Americans rather than the official rate of 4.1%. And 18.7% for Hispanic workers, as opposed to the official rate of 6%. He said that the higher unemployment rates for minorities and young workers is primarily because the sectors in which they typically work will be more affected by current lockdown policies in much of the country.
Yeah, that's us. Go ahead.
Those groups' jobs were at greater risk going into this downturn, he said. Black and Hispanic workers are also much less likely to be able to work from home.
Now, work from home. Now, real talk, I ain't gonna lie to you. I haven't seen no white UPS workers. I ain't seen no white Amazon workers come around delivering no packages.
Oh, man.
I just
bring it out.
In the back said, bring it out. I see only our people in them Amazon trucks and UPS trucks and FedEx trucks.
Bring it out. Yeah.
I've been seeing our people. I don't know about y'all, but I've been seeing our people with them jobs, man.
Yeah.
Go back to it.
Said Head-Eye Sherholtz.
Read the next. It just comes down.
It just comes down to the fact that in the United States, there's still a lot of occupational segregation by race and ethnicity.
Jump down to the next one.
For example, she said, there's a large concentration of Hispanic workers in the construction.
Yeah, in construction.
And a large concentration of black workers in service sector jobs.
Hotel business, those type where we serving people. That's us. Go ahead.
The Economist analyzes notes that most low-wage workers can't telework.
Telework means work from home. So you get one of them low-paying jobs, they making you work. They ain't worried about you dying from the corona. You know why? Know why they not worried about you dying from the corona? Because they'll replace you with somebody else.
There you go.
They had 50 applicants apply for your job anyway. It was just of the Lord that you got picked.
Right.
Bring it out.
That's true.
And once you get sick, okay. Next, on to the next one.
Yep, on to the next one.
Right. Probably look just like you too.
Hey, go to the video lineup. They finally found. A shout out to Soldier Ephraim, Amazon Ephraim. He found the video that we was talking about. That Israel's hard-headed, man, and this is going into the factors of catching the Rona at high rates too. Go to the video, pull it up. I just posted in that video lineup group, man. Out there in Oakland, we won't stay in the house. Play it when you get it. Yep, here we go. Break, drop the black bars. They got a baby. Drop the black bars. Look at her. She's extra mad. Hyde Park, LA. Okay, it's LA.
We coming back.
We coming back.
I bet you we come back.
Let it play, man. Let it play.
Yo. Y'all that mad for what? What's up so mad about? Once this all calms down, all go back to normal.
This is why the Lord jackals up. This when we rebellious, I'm telling you. You wonder why the numbers are high. You gotta push her. All for a birthday party.
Stop. You would think, if it wasn't for the subtitles, you would think it was like somebody must have got shot unjustly.
Yeah.
There's some type of injustice happening.
Yeah.
You would think, if it wasn't for the subtitles, just by looking, you would have been like, damn, another brother got killed.
Yep.
Another brother unjust. But it's for a wicked, abominable birthday party.
Unbelievable.
And you would think this never happened before, but give me Jeremiah. Let's go.
Bring
Come
it
on.
out.
Jeremiah chapter 44, start at verse 15. Watch this. Ain't nothing new under the sun, people. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Watch this.
Jeremiah chapter 44 and verse 15. Then all the men which knew that their wives had burned incense unto other gods.
Idolatry. Burning incense to a false god. Come on.
And all the women that stood by, a great multitude, even all the people that dwelt in the land of Egypt.
A great multitude of women. Come on.
And Pathros answered Jeremiah, saying.
Now, because Jeremiah was rebuking Israel.
Yep.
Come on, what y'all doing is wrong. Stop it. Read.
As for the word that thou hast spoken unto us in the name of the Lord.
Listen to what these ungodly women said. Go ahead.
We will not hearken unto thee.
We will not what?
We will not hearken unto thee.
They said they will not hearken to the words of God. Coming out of a prophet of God. Come on.
But we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth.
Come on, read.
To burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven.
To burn who?
To burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven.
That's Ashtoreth. That Queen of Heaven is Ashtoreth.
Yep.
Easter that y'all celebrating, that people celebrating blindly today, that's what they was doing back then. Come on, read.
And to pour out drink offerings unto her.
Come on.
As we have done, we and our fathers, our kings and our princes, in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem. For then had we plenty of victuals and were well and saw no evil.
They didn't see no evil in that sight. They knew the commandments of God.
Yeah.
A jealous God. Read on. You're going to read down at verse 19. Come on.
But since we left off to burn incense to the Queen of Heaven and to pour out drink offerings unto her, we have wanted all things and have been consumed by the sword and by the famine. And when we burned incense to the Queen of Heaven,
come on,
and poured out drink offerings unto her, did we make her cakes to worship her.
That's the now birthday cake.
Yep.
Bring it up.
Burning those incense, that's the candles on the cake. Pouring out drink offerings. This is for my homie right here.
Yeah.
Right.
All that's the same thing. Before we take this shot of Henny, hold up, pour out one for the homie.
For the dead homies.
It's the same thing. Nothing new under the sun. Read.
And pour out drink offerings unto her without our men.
You see that? So that's what you see. The same
That's
women,
exactly what
they're
you
back
saw.
on the earth doing the same rebellious acts again.
That's a cold
Trying to tell them stop. You got corona spreading to and fro, but you want to get caught up in this abominable act that God said not to do. Because when you read in the scriptures, every time a birthday happened, it was death of Israel.
Yep, you're right. Exactly right. Hey, go to 1 Peter 2. Go ahead, officer.
Go ahead.
Go to 1 Peter 2, and let's read 13 through 15 real quick. See, when stuff get put out like this, God had already forewarned you in the scriptures what to do. Read that.
Bring it out.
1 Peter 2:13.
1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 13.
Bring it out.
Submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether it be to the king as supreme, or unto governors as unto them that are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers.
So it says, submit yourselves to every ordinance, and then in verse 14 it says, or unto governors. Guess who's putting out those laws, those quarantine
Bring it
laws
out.
in every state?
Yeah.
Governors are doing that.
Right.
Christ told you to obey the governors. But our people rebellious, and that's why God judges us with pestilence and disease and sore diseases that and we got all these underlying conditions that when we do get sick, we can't bounce back from it because we've been rebellious to God since Egypt.
Come on.
From day one, man. Go ahead.
Cap, you're right. You're right about that because what God is actually trying to do, he's trying to help not kill all our people, but a lot of our people, what we show that we hate God.
Yeah.
Read Proverbs 8 and 36.
Bring it out.
Read Proverbs 8 and 36 because God is literally giving you instructions through the governors that he set up or the powers that be that he set up in order for you not to get knocked off, in order for you not to get killed. But a lot of our people, we don't do that. But because I'm going to show you what I saw in that video. Read.
Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 36.
Bring it out.
But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul.
Like birthdays is a sin. What you doing? You wronging your own soul. But this is what they showed towards God. Read.
All they that hate me love death.
So God is trying to literally save their life, but at the same time they said, nah, nigga, I love death. I love it.
I'm ready to.
That's a cold precept.
I'm ready to meet you on the account of this birthday party. We gotta stop it.
Goodness,
we gotta stop.
amazing.
Hey, go back to the thing. Go back to the article that we was at, because it had a different. Right up under the loss of jobs, right? Then it had congestion or the area. Go back to the CNN article. Crowded conditions. You know what that stands for? AKA hoods. Read that for us, officer.
Crowded conditions. Coronavirus spreads faster in locations with higher density, such as cities. Black Americans are more likely to live in urban counties than suburban or rural ones, according to Pew analysts. And within those areas, Black Americans are more likely to have lower incomes.
Lower incomes. Go ahead.
Which may press them into crowded living situations.
Now pause it right there. Pause it. Now go to that picture. You said we got lower incomes. But remember, under Trump, he keeps saying what about the economy? The economy is doing well. It's doing so great. This is the best that America has ever been up under my ruler, under my tutelage. Obama did nothing for America.
China.
Go read that meme that I found. Read that thing real quick.
The fact that so many people are hurting financially after just one missed paycheck.
After one missed paycheck, that's the truth, right? Because what? Unemployment shot up through the roof.
Yeah.
Millions. This is the highest unemployment rate, and the most people have been on unemployment in the history of America's 200-something years as a nation. One paycheck, y'all. Read that.
After just one missed paycheck indicates that our booming economy was merely an illusion.
Damn.
Ooh, that's heavy right there. That's why this place is called Babylon. Mystery Babylon the Great.
Right.
Mother of all harlots. It's never what it seems here in Babylon.
That's telling you, this place is witchcraft. All America is built on, that's an illusion, is witchcraft.
Yeah.
That's what it's telling you. Keeping up with the Joneses, you literally living paycheck to paycheck. You skip a beat, your whole house is dependent on that one check.
Yeah.
Whoa, man.
Go back to it. Let's read that. After
It's
just
merely an illusion with a fraudulent, impotent magician behind the curtain.
Trump.
It was only really good for the millionaires and billionaires.
Millionaires and billionaires. That's heavy right there. They talk about unemployment rate has been the lowest that it's ever been under my administration. Well, everybody that got a job is living paycheck to paycheck. It's not really that good.
No.
Cap, you know who he's actually talking about? His people, millionaires and billionaires. He's talking about people that's living in middle class and high class.
Yep.
A lot of our people are not doing that.
No, not at all.
That's who he's actually talking about. That's code. That's code. These are code words because what they like to do is keep our people stuck in a system of slavery called systematic slavery.
Bring it out.
Or systematic oppression. Yep. That's all that you see. This is nothing but systematic oppression. You mind if I pull a scripture real quick?
Go ahead.
Hey, read Jeremiah 16 and 30 and verse 16. Read Jeremiah 30 and verse 16.
Jeremiah chapter 30.
Because all of this is just a plan just to, keep our people down, just to destroy our people. And God is revealing this on FCN today, like the tactics that they are using in order to destroy our people. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured.
So now you see why God said these people has to go, because they have been devouring us, like Cap has been bringing out on FCN. They have been devouring us through food. They have been devouring us through using diseases. They have been devouring us using various means and different methods, redlining, so on and so forth. That's how they have been devouring our people. And when Bishop brought out a class about is this thing called good genes. I forgot. You know what I'm talking about? Eugenics. That's how they are keeping our people down. Read.
And all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity.
Meaning everybody that's been opposing us, opposing us from us being great, God says they going into captivity. Read.
And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil.
Read.
And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
So God says, what goes around comes around. I'm gonna put it right back on top of you. But this is what you got to look forward to, Israel. Read.
For I will restore health unto thee.
So now a lot of our people, we don't have good health. But God says he's going to do what? He's going to restore health back unto us. He's going to change the way our diets are. He's going to change our mental health, because our people are suffering from that. Read.
And I will heal thee of thy wounds.
And he's going to heal us from our wounds. The wounds that Esau has been bringing upon our people. The hurt that he's been causing our people. Read.
Saith the Lord, because they called thee an outcast.
They looked at us as nothing but niggas. God is not your God. Read.
Saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Thus saith the Lord.
Hey, that's it. Hold on, I'm gonna bring up this picture off of that with that talk about that health. Bring up the picture of the book. If y'all don't know about this, this is why God gotta restore health to us. Check this out. Remember, what does the coronavirus attack? What does it attack, y'all? Respiratory, right? Read, go to that, pull up the book, y'all. Pull it up. Pull up the picture. So people can see this book and go get it and understand ain't nothing new up under the sun. Come on, y'all. Where's it at? It's already in there. Medical Apartheid, the dark history of medical experimentation on Black Americans from colonial times to the present. Can you go to page 29 of that book? Pull up the next picture. Come on, y'all. Come on. Just click over. All you have to do is click over. There we go. Read, drop the black bars for me. Let's see, read that middle paragraph where it says enslaved African Americans. Zoom in some, zoom in. I want you to zoom in real quick. I want people to see it. Right there. Enslaved African Americans. Read that paragraph. Run the mouse by so everybody know where you at. Run the mouse. Right there. There we go, y'all. Read that.
Enslaved African Americans were more vulnerable than whites to respiratory infection.
To what?
To respiratory infection.
To what?
To respiratory infection.
You think they created that coronavirus?
Yeah, by accident.
By accident? Nah, y'all.
Damn.
Nah.
That was cold.
Amazing. They know exactly who it's going to hit the hardest because they got the worst living conditions.
That's how you know that whites in America, the Caucasian race, Edom, created the coronavirus because they are the border of wickedness.
The border of wickedness. Go back to it, man.
And these are the books that they pass the information to their people
that we don't read.
And we don't read
that. Enslaved Africans, once again.
Thanks to poorly...
No, read it from the beginning.
Enslaved African Americans were more vulnerable than whites to respiratory infections. Thanks to poorly constructed slave shacks that admitted winter cold and summer heat.
Poorly constructed slave shacks. What you think we living in now? Right. Slave shack.
Hole in the wall.
You saw what New Orleans looked like? Yeah. Them was slave shacks, tore down, still broke down since Katrina.
Bring it out.
Detroit,
jump down, because we did a show on that. Jump down to the next highlighted paragraph. Zoom in. Zoom in, relax back here, y'all. Come on. Before antibiotics?
Before antibiotics and sterile technic surgery was an often fatal affair. Unaware of the connection between bacteria and infection, surgeons operated in their street clothes and with dirty hands in filthy environments, such as the shacks that served as slave hospitals. Even minor incisions or injuries could proceed to life-threatening infections with frightening rapidity.
Die quick.
Yeah.
That's why we don't go to the hospital. Since the slave days, because of where we lived at, we've been having respiratory infections, man.
And I can imagine some of those shacks having mold, being infected with mold, especially how they kept most of the beasts next to us. You had the chicken coop, the pigs,
dirt floors.
There you go.
Go back to that CNN article, and let's deal with where we live at. Go back to it. Crowded conditions, right? Read that first paragraph again quick.
Coronavirus spreads faster in locations with higher density, such as cities. Black Americans are more likely to live in urban counties than suburban or rural ones, according to Pew analysts. And within those areas, Black Americans are more likely to have lower incomes, which may press them into crowded living situations. CNN's Van Jones writes, while health officials have recommended that infected people isolate from others, that may not be possible for people living in housing projects, homeless shelters, or prisons and jails, all places with disproportionate Black population.
Now check this out. You see how they mentioned prison and jails, right? You crowded, you stacked on top of each other, right? Go to that final article and look what they doing. Look what they doing with Black folk packed on top of each other in the prisons and the jails.
Yeah, because in the prisons, there's no escaping nothing.
Nah, you there.
You just right there. You right there. Your feet away.
If he got it,
you next.
You next.
You better have a strong immune system.
Go to that article. Look what they doing to the brothers in jail.
Damn.
Look what they doing. Read that for us, officer.
Man.
The Bureau of Prisons just bought $60,000 worth of
hydroxychloroquine. Hydroxychloroquine. That's a 3-syllable. Hydroxychloroquine.
The unproved coronavirus treatment touted by Trump.
So even in the prisons, we can't escape. Guess now they're going to do what? Experiment on us just like they used to do back in the days. Medical apartheid.
Free volunteers. Can't run nowhere.
And if you got the stuff, you coughing, you ain't going to reject the drug. You'll take your chances with that life or death. Go to Deuteronomy, man. Go to Deuteronomy. We're almost done. Go to Deuteronomy 28. I want you to read 15 real quick, and we're going to jump.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
If you don't keep the commandments, as the Israelites that we are, curses will come upon us. We cannot run from it. It will overtake you. Now jump over to verse 59 to show you some of these curses that we tried to run from and you couldn't, because why? You in crowded living areas. You got the worst type of food. You've been eating, rejected God's laws, eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, all that high in salt content food. We can't run, and the curses have got us. Read that.
Verse 59.
Bring it out.
Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed.
Hold on, read verse 58.
Verse 58. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book.
It always goes back to the law, no matter what your crooked pastor's telling you. It always goes back to the law.
That's right.
For blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We have to keep the law because we are the Israelites.
That's right.
Read on.
That thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, the Lord thy God.
And we don't fear God, as you see with the brothers and sisters in L.A. They willing to put their life on the line for a birthday party. When you got mandatory stay in rules. Read on.
Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful.
Will what?
Will make thy plagues wonderful.
You're going to have underlying health conditions. So you already going to have high blood pressure, getting headaches, and have to chop off your foot, having heart attacks. And on top of it, a plague going to come through and wipe you out. God ain't playing with us. Read on.
And the plagues of thy seed.
And your children.
Even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sickness, and of long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee.
And here's the point.
Also, every sickness and every plague, which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee, until thou be destroyed.
Till when?
Until thou be destroyed.
I'm telling y'all, we are dealing with the king of terror. You better fear his glorious and wonderful name, which is meaning is this word of God.
That's right.
Because he got diseases that ain't even written in the book. COVID-19, coronavirus ain't written in the book name for name. But what is it doing? It's destroying us as a people at alarming rates. AIDS, it's not written in the book. It's destroying us at alarming rate.
Right.
High blood pressure, it ain't written in the book. It's destroying us at what? Alarming rates. You got something, Kat? You gonna break out?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go to Psalms chapter 64 real quick.
Bring it out.
Verse 2.
We better take heed to
land
this.
back on what Cap's saying to let you know. This should be your prayer too. You coming into this walk, this understanding this truth, this should be your prayer. Let's listen to one of the prayers of our forefathers. Watch this.
Psalms chapter 64 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
Secret counsel. You got Bill Gates. You got all these secret societies who are said openly, without fear, said, listen, how about we experiment on the dark nations?
Yeah, the French said that.
You had two doctors?
Yeah.
Who said, let's go ahead and experiment in Africa.
Yep.
They said it openly. Read.
From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Because their mind constantly is digging up evil, wicked ways to maintain in power. Read. Watch this.
Who whet their tongue like a sword.
Come on.
And bend their bows to shoot their arrows.
Where they wet their tongues on? On social media, on the media outlets, on the news. That's how they wet their tongues. They say it openly. They don't fear God. Read.
Even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
The perfect. Those who hold on to the laws of God, the perfect laws of God. That's their main goal, is to destroy and wipe out Israel. Watch this.
Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not.
Come on, they fear not. Come on.
They encourage themselves in an evil matter.
How they encourage themselves? We gonna make millions. We will maintain our empire forever. Read.
They commune of laying snares privily.
Commune means communicate. That's how they communicate constantly. If we got to tweak it here, it's not hitting them hard enough. Let's drop it here. Let's go coughing in their neighborhood so we can spread it. That's the commune. Read.
They say, who will see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
Come on.
Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
You see that? But watch this. Read.
But God shall shoot at them.
You see that? The Most High is just like how Bishop brought out. It's only so much they can do upon us. But if we dwell in their righteousness, we holding on to what God told us to hold on to, guess what? He has to step in. He has to keep his word. He will step in. Read.
but God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded.
So while they in the midst of implementing all these COVID-19, SARS, all these epidemics, thinking they gonna maintain their empire, God said, you forgot one thing. My people that I chose, they're doing exactly what I wanted them to do.
Bring it out.
Now I must keep my contract and step in.
God is not a man that he should lie.
There you go. Is that it? Verse 8?
Verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
And that's exactly how the Most High is going to cause the nations to come together. Even where you see now, they saying it's hitting us, but you see that it's going to strike them in many different ways. The same epidemic that they plan to use against us,
it's getting them.
It's getting them.
Yep.
We used to scream Black Power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road. Purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.